You know, we've got a few other issues on the plate in Frankfurt over the next couple of months, and let me just mention a couple of them. One was mentioned just a minute ago. We've got an epidemic in Kentucky, prescription drug abuse. It is an epidemic. It is literally killing our people. A study came out not long ago and said I think we're losing 82 people a month to death from overdose. We're losing more people to overdoses of drugs than we are on our highways by car wrecks. And that's just unacceptable. That ought to be unacceptable to all of us. And it's something we can do something about. And we're going to do something about it. You know, this has reached critical mass in this state. And I think you'll find everybody in the General Assembly, Republican and Democrat alike, who are ready to come together and go at this thing with no holds barred. And it's going to be some tough stuff we're going to pass, because it has to be tough stuff. You pick up the newspapers, you read about these pain clinics, these pill clinics around, these pill pushers in white coats, quite honestly. And you know, 99.9% of our physicians are great people. They're doing a good job. They're doing it the right way. But we got a few in this state who are out there to make money at the cost of lives of our people. And we're not going to put up with that. We're going to run them out of this state. We're going to run these pill-pushing clinics out of this state. You're going to see some tough legislation passed, and it's going to make a big difference. We're not going to solve it overnight, but by golly, we can put a big, big crunch on it. And you're going to see that during this session of the General Assembly. One other issue that I just mentioned to you, the graduation bill. I talked about investing in our future. Part of investing in our future is keeping our kids in school. You know, since 1934, the dropout age in Kentucky's been 16 years of age. Since 1934. Surely we will all agree that times have changed since 1934. It used to be, even when I was growing up, that you could drop out of high school and, you know, there were jobs out there. May not pay a whole lot, but there were jobs out there and you could support a family and all of that. That's gone. There are very, very few jobs, unless your dad has something that he can employ you in, or your mom, that you can get by dropping out of school at the age of 16. There are very few jobs you can get by getting a high school diploma at the age of 18. We all know that you've got to have additional training, additional education in order to be successful in this world. And it is time for us to send a very strong message to our kids and to the parents. You got to stay in school. You got to be here. You got to get the high school diploma. We're going to work with you. We're going to find out what your interests are, and we're going to develop you and give you a chance at being a productive adult. Will we win them all? No, we won't. But just think, if we just get a third more of these kids to graduate from high school, number one, a third more of them will have an opportunity to lead a productive life. And number two, it's going to cost you and me a lot less money, because the statistics are very clear. Your dropouts, more of them end up on welfare, more of them end up in prison. And folks, they cost us $22,000 a year in prison. So what a great investment it will be if we can just get our kids to graduate from high school.